Hello everyone, welcome to the Whistling Hermit's One Card Spread series. Note that this video is divided into three parts. A short introduction, which we are doing right now. Part 1, which is a descriptive study of the card for the day. And Part 2, which is a reading from the Handbook of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. If you want to navigate directly to any of the three parts mentioned, just click on their respective links at the timestamp provided in the description of this video. This video series is primarily intended for learning how to read the tarot. However, you can also use this as a card reading for the day. This is a timeless reading, so if you are watching this now, its message might be for you. In this series, we will be using the Giant Rider Waite Tarot deck. We will also be using the Handbook of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. The first part of the video will be a descriptive study of a specific card in the tarot. We will describe what we see and the insights and feelings we gather from what we see. Now, the first part is characterized by spontaneity. We allow the cards to speak to us regardless of the generally accepted meaning of the card. By doing this, we hope to increase our intuitive capacity for reading the tarot cards. In the second part, we will be reading the description of the card taken from the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite by AGM Urania. If you intend to use this as a timeless reading, you can randomly choose any card in the series that resonates with you. An alternative approach is to shuffle a Rider Waite Tarot deck and pick a card randomly. You can then choose the card in the video series that corresponds to the card you picked. Note that this series is a work in progress and it might take some time for the 78 cards to be completely read. So, without any further delay, let us proceed to the card for the day. We are now in part 1 of the one card spread series, and our card for today is the number 21 card of the Major Arcana, which is the World. When we look at the World, this is very much similar to the Wheel of Fortune. Let us put the Wheel of Fortune here. You see, the eagle, the angel, the bull, or the ox, or the cow, and the lion. So here again we see these four evangelical writers, and there is the presence of the clouds. So all throughout the wheel of life or the wheel of fortune, there is the presence of the divine, and there is the presence of things to be learned. We can learn from every scope or every part of the wheel of our life. The beautiful thing about it is that there is this wreath of success. I feel like these are laurel leaves, and the laurel leaves are usually given to victors, those who win in a certain competition. When you look at it all throughout the Wheel of Fortune, there is no longer this lower situation, being above, and then a time of temptation. We no longer see that. What we see is a constant moment of victory. So this is the Wheel of Fortune of a person who has succeeded in overcoming his struggles in life. He who is able to get in touch with their inner self, and as you see, the person is naked, so the person is no longer afraid to be who they really are, and he is constantly in touch already of the presence of the divine. They are in touch of their inner self. when you have reached that point of transformation, so this is sort of like a fulfillment of a transformation, a finishing of a chapter, because the person has already succeeded. He has reached that point, that upper point in the wheel of fortune, and he is surrounded by a wreath of success. And it's as if that no matter which part of the wheel of fortune he would be, there is always that feeling of being blessed, that feeling of being a victor, that feeling of awareness of the presence of the divine. So somehow this is sort of like a person who has undergone transformation and purification, and somehow he has improved here. But then, as we know in the reality, this situation would be passing. They will encounter again moments of temptation and moments of trials, but at a higher level, he will be facing all these things at a higher level. It is like going up a spiral. You continue to encounter the daily struggles of life, but you slowly improve. You slowly go up the ladder, go up the spiral. You slowly go up the spiral. So every moment that you go through the wheel of fortune or the wheel of life, you are slowly improving as a person. And then every moment becomes a moment of triumph, a moment of learning, a moment of growth. So here, somehow when you look at it, this is a closing of a chapter in life, and it is a victorious closing of a chapter, and there is the promise of a new chapter to come. And because this is a victorious one, then there is a promise also that the next spiral that they will undergo in the wheel of life or in the wheel of fortune, they will be in a better state of mind, better state of heart, and better state of the spirit. So this is what I can see here. Let us now go to part 2 of the world, which is number 21 in the Major Arcana. We are now in part 2 of our one card spread series, and our card for today is card number 21 in the Major Arcana, which is the World. We will read now from the Booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. The climactic card of the Major Arcana also becomes the climax of the Tarot as prophecy. Here we see the world restored, or a new world fully emerged. The elegant dancer appears in the blue sky, as if our consciousness no longer needs the ground of our old beliefs and prejudices, what we considered reality. She dances in a wreath of victory, oval-shaped, like an egg out of which something truly new and wonderful will burst forth. The oval form also reminds us of the Fool, with his number 0 to symbolize infinite possibilities. Here we see the realization of everything hinted at in the Fool, and yet almost miraculously, the world does not limit us but rather shows us a life even more filled with potential. The figures in the corner may remind us of the Wheel of Fortune. There we saw strange cartoon-like forms along with mysterious symbols. Here everything has become realistic, understood in its full beauty. Divinatory meanings: success, satisfaction, a spiritual and practical sense of achievement, wondrous new possibilities. Warning, advice: setbacks and delays rather than failure, stable structures, security. Action: this is a moment when all things are possible. Well, we finally finished the 78 cards of the tarot. We have now reached the conclusion of the one card spread series. This is the 78th video. And for those who have journeyed with me throughout the 78 series of cards, I congratulate you. And hopefully this can be a new beginning for you to have a deeper relationship with the tarot cards. For those who have read this as their card for the day, I hope that this has been a fruitful one. And I invite you to also consider the previous cards in the series. There are 78 cards of them. And try to see which can help you in your journey or present journey. Maybe one of those cards will resonate with you. I am very glad that you have journeyed with me. For those who have journeyed with me throughout the 78 cards, thank you. I am very glad that you have journeyed with me all throughout. I hope that it has been a fruitful journey. And I hope that in the succeeding or whatever series you might have in the future, you would still find the interest to journey with the Whistling Hermit. Well, until the next time we meet, this is the Whistling Hermit. Thank you. God bless all of you. And have a great day.